I had never tried pecan pie until I moved to the US. My boys love it with chocolate, but today I'm making it very Mexican by making it a dulce de leche caramel chocolate pecan pie. I'm gonna make the crust in the food processor, which I find to be the easiest thing. 1¼ cups of flour, a teaspoon of sugar, a pinch of salt, and then I'm gonna add 1 stick of butter, but it is really chilled and hard. You don't want it at room temperature because having those cold pieces of butter is what's gonna make my dough be very flaky when it cooks. So I'm going to start processing the dough, and you're not gonna process over low or high, you're just gonna pulse a few times. See, it looks very crumbly. And now I'm gonna start adding cold water. And you also wanna add cold water for the same reason as you're adding the cold butter. 2 tablespoons of cold water, and I'm gonna pulse just until I'm able to cobble it up together. I'll show you. Okay, so I'm gonna do a couple more tablespoons. See, I wanna keep on adding water and pulsing until I can grab the mixture here, and when I put it together with my hands, it should come together and stay together. So it needs a little bit more. So I'm gonna add 2 more tablespoons. I'm gonna pulse again. Yes, okay, we're there. Let me show you why. When I grab the crumbled dough and I hold it together, it stays together. That's how you know you need to stop. And I don't wanna play with these too much. I just wanna make it come together because the whole point of this crust is to be really, really flaky. So I'm just cobbling it together and putting it here right in the middle of my plastic wrap. We love pie at home. I don't make as much pie as my boys would love because I'm much better at making pound cake and cookies, and it is our American friends who have brought the American pies into our homes, and it has been the demand of my boys that has led me to make more pie. So I'm getting better at it. I'm gonna make like a flat ball. And this is a traditional dough for making crust for pecan pie, but you can also use it to make other pies. I'm gonna put it in the fridge and it's gonna chill for an hour. While my dough is chilling, I'm gonna make the filling. So I'm gonna begin with 3 eggs, and I'm just gonna crack them in this large bowl because I'm just gonna mix everything right in here. I tasted pecan pie just when I moved to the US. I hadn't even heard about it before. And then I ate it for many years, just traditional pecan pie. And then my friend Deborah started making chocolate pecan pie. And then I love that even more. And then my boys started requesting specifically that chocolate pecan pie from my friend Deborah. So I thought, okay, if I'm gonna make it at home, I need to make it my own. So I'm gonna make it even more my own with a Mexican ingredient that I love, which is cajeta. A very generous cup of cinnamon dulce de leche caramel because the cinnamon goes really well with all of the ingredients that we're adding in here. 4 tablespoons of melted butter, 1/4 cup of light corn syrup, 1/4 cup of dark brown sugar, and I'm gonna add 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And this is what makes the pecan pie so gooey and delicious. Just look at how gooey and delicious the mixture looks. So the cajeta, or dulce de leche caramel, is gonna make it even more caramelly and sticky and gooey. And now I'm gonna add 1/3 cup of chocolate chunks. And these are bittersweet chocolate chunks. And then I'm gonna add 2 cups of pecans. And I'm gonna just coarsely chop them. So in this pie, I feel like 2 cups of pecans are more than the usual, but not too much that they will take over and just completely mess up the idea of a delicious pecan pie. And I love playing with those borders. Like, when is too much, too much? because I always like too much of the things that I like. I mean, if it's a pecan pie, it should have a lot of pecans, right? It is gooey already. Looks irresistible already. Okay, so now I'm gonna roll out my dough. I like to roll my dough right here on the countertop. So I'm gonna sprinkle some flour. I have about a 9-inch pie plate, so I wanna get closer to 11 inches, between 10 and 11 inches, because you want enough dough to cover the bottom, but you also wanna go up the side. That looks bigger than big enough, but it's better to have it bigger than smaller. I love playing with dough. Love playing with dough. There are many, many, many techniques for crimping the edges of the pie. My friend Martita showed me hers. So you put your knuckle on the edge and then you try to make a little triangle shape like that. And then I'm just gonna pour my super sticky, gooey, chocolatey, caramelly, pecan-y filling in here. Okay, now I'm really proud. It looks delicious, it looks beautiful, and I can't wait to eat it. Loosely covered with aluminum foil, and I have my oven set at 375, and I'm gonna bake it for 50 to 55 minutes.
Whoa.
You know pecan pie?
I love pecan pie.
This is Dulce de Leche caramel chocolate pecan pie.
Wow.
Oh,
So I'll wait.
You'll wait?
Oh, I won't wait.
Since when do we wait?
Yeah, we don't wait. It's so good. Oh, it's so soft and chocolatey. I love it. Oh, it's crazy. And it still has the chocolate chunks, like, still intact.
yeah.
I like that.
You can definitely taste the Mexican Dulce de Leche caramel in there, no?
Yeah, absolutely.